You have 24 hours to say goodbye to everyone you've ever known. Not metaphorically, not as a warning. That's the actual window. A U.S. Marshal is sitting across from you right now. There's a form on the table. It's 2 pages. You've read it 3 times, but nothing is registering. You sign it anyway. Your name, the one your parents gave you, the one on your birth certificate, the one your friends have been calling you your whole life. That name stops existing the moment this meeting ends. Not suspended, not paused. Gone. Since 1971, the U.S. Marshals Service has put more than 19,000 people through this program. Not one person who followed the rules has been killed. That number sounds reassuring. It won't feel that way by the end of this. Here's what they don't tell you. Surviving isn't the hard part. The hard part is what survival costs. Level 1. The decision. You didn't plan to be here. Nobody plans to be here. You saw something. Maybe you were in the wrong place. Maybe someone you trusted put you there. Maybe you were part of something that got much bigger than you expected. The details don't matter right now. What matters is what the prosecutor slid across the table before the marshal showed up. Photos. 8 of them. People who saw the same thing you saw and chose to handle it differently. You didn't need to look at all 8. The Witness Security Program, WITSEC, is administered by the U.S. Marshals Service. It was created under the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970. It's not a TV concept. It's a real federal infrastructure built specifically for people sitting exactly where you're sitting right now. Entry is technically voluntary, but the prosecutors and marshals have already assessed the threat against you. They don't offer this unless the danger is real. You already know it's real. You say yes. That's the last easy decision you'll ever make. Level 2. Extraction. It happens faster than you expected. Dramatically faster. Within hours, not days, hours, you're in the back of an unmarked SUV with 2 marshals you just met. One of them told you his first name. The other didn't. Your phone is in a bag in the trunk. Your wallet is gone. Your keys are gone. You're told not to look out the window. No one knows where you're going. Not your friends, not your family, not yet. The marshals handle all of it. Their operation, their timeline, their call. You think about your apartment, the dishes in the sink, your dog, if you have one, a pile of mail you were going to open this weekend. None of it matters anymore. You will never walk back through that door. Somewhere behind you, a life is just sitting there, unwatched, unclosed, paused in the middle of a Tuesday. Family members can join the program, but it's their choice. They have to agree. They have to give up everything too. Some say yes, some say no. That answer determines everything that comes next. You left your whole life in a house you'll never see again. Level 3. The new identity. A few days later, a marshal sits down with you and asks, "What do you want your first name to be?" This is not a trick question. You get to pick your first name. The government picks the last name. From that point forward, the federal government will construct a complete legal identity around those 2 words. New social security number, new birth certificate, new driver's license. All of it is real, not fake documents, not forgeries. Legitimate government-issued identification built specifically for you under your new name. You practice it, in the mirror, out loud. Your new name, your new birthday, your new state of origin. You say it until your mouth stops hesitating. You say it until it almost sounds normal. It never fully sounds normal. The name is real, but you know it isn't you. That gap between who you are and who you're now legally required to be, that gap is going to live in your chest for a long time. Your old name is now just a case file in a locked federal cabinet. Level 4, relocation. You don't get to choose where you go. That's not how this works. The Marshals place you in a community far from your origin, usually a different region of the country entirely. They think about it. They consider your accent, your background, your skill set. They try to put you somewhere you won't stand out, somewhere your story is plausible. You're in a mid-sized city you've visited exactly 0 times. Your apartment was chosen by someone else. The furniture came with it. There's a couch you didn't pick, a kitchen table you wouldn't have bought, curtains in a color you'd never choose. The USMS provides financial assistance for housing and living expenses during the transition period. That helps with the rent. It does nothing for the silence. You don't know a single person within 1,000 miles. Not one. You have no history here. No coffee shop that knows your order. No neighbor who waves. You are a complete stranger in a city that doesn't know you exist. And that city doesn't care. The loneliness isn't an accident. It's built into the design. Safety and solitude turn out to be the exact same thing. Level 5. Building the lie. You get a job. You have to. Normal people have jobs. Normal people have backstories. You are now required to be normal. The Marshals coach you on your legend. That's the term. Your legend. A simple, consistent backstory for your new identity. Where you grew up. What you did before. Why you moved here. You're told to keep it vague. Simple lies are harder to catch than complicated ones. Don't over-explain. Don't volunteer information. Smile and redirect. On your 3rd day at work, a coworker asks where you grew up. You say the name of a city you drove through once, maybe 8 years ago. You remember a gas station and a billboard. You use that city now. Your coworker lights up. They have a cousin there. They start asking questions. You answer them. All of them. You smile the whole time. You feel like you're going to be sick. This is your life now. Every casual human interaction is a security event. Every new friendship is a liability assessment. You cannot fully trust anyone, because trusting anyone means eventually telling them something real, and something real could get you killed. You get good at lying to people who have done nothing wrong. Level 6. The testimony. The call comes. You knew it would. The whole program exists for this moment. You're flown in under your alias, housed securely, escorted everywhere. The Marshals don't leave your side. You've been living as someone else for months, maybe over a year. And now you have to walk into a federal courtroom and be the person you used to be, on record, on tape, under oath. WITSEC witnesses have brought down some of the most dangerous criminal organizations in American history. Henry Hill's testimony dismantled operations inside the Lucchese crime family. Sammy Gravano's cooperation helped convict John Gotti. These were men who had seen the worst of it, who knew exactly what they were putting themselves against when they sat in that chair. Now you're in that chair. Across the room, the person you're testifying against is staring at you. Not with anger, with patience, like they have nothing but time. Your new name is on the placard in front of you. Your old memories are the evidence. Both identities exist simultaneously in this room, and it is the most exposed you have ever felt in your life. You say what you saw. Now you have to live with what comes next. Level 7. The cracks. 3 years in. You're good at this now. You've almost stopped flinching when someone uses your new name. Almost. Your mother's birthday was yesterday. You know her number by heart. You know you're not supposed to call. You know that a single phone call can unravel years of operational security. The Marshals told you. The paperwork told you. Everything in your rational brain is telling you right now, do not call. You call. You use a burner phone you bought with cash at a gas station 2 towns over. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You don't say your name. You just say, "Happy birthday," and that you're okay. She starts crying. You hang up. Gerald Schur, the federal attorney who created WITSEC, spent years tracking program failures. His conclusion: nearly every breach came from the witnesses themselves, not from Marshal leaks, not from government errors, from people exactly like you, people who lasted years and then called their mothers. You're not stupid. You're human. Those turn out to be different things. 3 years of discipline, undone in 4 minutes on a burner phone. Level 8, the permanent state. Here's what nobody prepares you for. There is no finish line. There is no day when the marshal calls and says, "It's over. You can go back now." There is no graduation from WITSEC. For high-profile cases, threat assessments continue indefinitely. Some witnesses have lived under protection for 2-3 decades. The program doesn't end when the trial ends. In many cases, the threat doesn't end either. Your new name is on a mortgage now. Your kids, if you have them, have never heard your real last name. You made that decision for them. They didn't get a vote. They will grow up in a life built on something that happened before they were old enough to understand it. Your real birthday is just a number you remember when you're alone. November 14th, or whatever it was. You still feel it when it passes. Your new birthday is in March. You've gotten good at pretending to be surprised when people bring a cake. At some point, you stop waiting to go back. You stop counting years. The old self gets quieter. Not gone. It's never fully gone, but quieter. You start building habits around the new name. Muscle memory takes over. This city starts to feel almost like home. Almost. At some point, you stop waiting to go back. There is no back. Somewhere tonight, there are 19,000 people living under names that aren't theirs. In cities they didn't choose. With pasts they are not allowed to mention. They're safe, technically, but safety and freedom turned out to be 2 very different things. And somewhere right now, there's a federal prosecutor sitting across a table. There's a folder between them and the person they need. Inside the folder, photos. 8 of them. The form is 2 pages. Someone is reading it for the 3rd time. They're about to say yes.